Perfect. We synced. Alright, so in the previous videos, we went through how to make backgrounds in FlashFX. And today we actually start designing new animations in FlashFX. So, as I said in previous videos, the toolbar is your main workspace. No. As I said in previous videos, all the tools that you can use are in the toolbar. Now, let's start from the basic one, which is the rectangle. Here, the rectangle have many settings that you can see in the properties panel. If you select it, you can see all its properties. The first one that we have to go through are the height and the width. The height is how tall the rectangle is, and the width is how wide the rectangle is. Now, how to make a premium shape? First of all, we have to convert it to advanced shape to actually modify the colors. You can add a fill color that in my case will be probably, let's try black. If you make a black shape, then you can add another layer, then you can add another color, and as you can see, it turned into a gradient. If you remember well, you can see that it's literally the same as making a background. Literally the same features. So if you master backgrounds, I'll leave you the link in the description. You can actually see that the settings are literally the same. So I won't be spending too much time on this. What I want to focus on is the shadow blur, which is basically a glow feature. If you update the shadow, for example 80, I'll place it like, let's say blue, you can see that the shape now has a very good glow on the edges. I like to place this at 380, so it has so you can clearly see the glow. Some shortcuts that you need to know. Of course, Ctrl D duplicates the shape and all its properties. Then, if you want to make a square, you can simply copy the width and paste it in the height. For example, here, let's say you want the width to be 2000. And the height the same. Instead of writing it, you can click here, which is a very small copy button, and click here, which is a paste button. And it immediately changes to 2000. Same if you want to do the opposite. So if you want to create a shape that is like 1000 and you want it a square, you can copy it here and paste it here. So if you can master this and click it fast, you can create shapes very easily. Same apply for the circle. If you have a circle that I'll place it, for example, with a red glow, I can modify the width so it is an ellipse. Let's make it a little smoother like this. Okay. Then I can copy it and paste it here. And now it's back to circle. This is very helpful in my opinion. Another shortcut that you have to know is the plus and minus keys on the keyboard. If you press them, you can zoom in and out in the canvas. And this is very helpful when, for example, you exit them, you create a new project, and the canvas are all zoomed out, 100%. You can hold the minus key and have the canvas fit the screen. Now let's talk about the default settings. Currently, if you create a shape, for example rectangle, it will always come out blue and with these dimensions, 800 and 500. But sometimes it's faster to have a different default shape. So we have to go here in the editor settings, which is this gear icon, go here into default shapes, rectangle, and then here you can see that you can modify every single default shape directly here in the settings. So for example, if I want the black shape, I can click black, then click save, and then all the shapes will come black. But now for the purpose of this video, I reset it to default because I need it blue. Perfect. We'll go on image settings in a later video, but for now, here's how to upload media. You can click upload any image, and then if you click on it, it shows in the canvas. Now let's move on to other shapes. A default shape that I like to use is this type of rectangle that is a phone frame. Why did I make a phone frame? Because FlashFX usually... Why did I make a phone frame? Because at first, FlashFX was just a text generation app. You have to make only a text UI app to create text animations, but then it expanded to everything else. So you can see that we have now a phone frame that has already border radius and stroke, but I'll change it. For example, here I'll place it white, then the stroke material, I can add a new color, make it black, yeah. And for stroke width, I can say 20. Perfect. Now, for example, if I add a circle here, I can make it, for example, 30, then copy, paste, zoom in because you can see it's kind of wrong. So with the sliders, place it at the center. So probably 1900, and here I can just place it a little higher, for example, here. Convert it and place it black. Perfect. The last shape that I want to talk about is this chat bubble, which, as before, it's made to make chat interfaces. So you can have a chat bubble that has also text settings, but for text, we'll go deeper in the next video. For now, you can create chat bubbles right here and create a very easy chat interface.